Hello everyone. Today we're gonna cover chapter 21, which has to do with Amazon S3 buckets, and this is a way to host our static files. So right now we're hosting the static files from our local server, from our computer. That's not recommended in production, so we're gonna use a service like Amazon S3 buckets. You can use other services like I think DigitalOcean. I think that's what it's called. There's a bunch of other services that you can use instead of this one. Alright, so let's just get right into it. And here you can read about it. It's just a service that lets you serve the static files. So if you go to listings and you click on one of the listings here and right click or control click if you're in a Mac, inspect element. This is gonna show you from where you're serving the files. So for example, in this case we're serving the files from the source media, which is our folder here. You can see it on the left side here on the directory tree, and that's from where we're serving it. And so that's where I'm telling you here on the right. By the end of this chapter, we should be able to serve the files from the Amazon S3 buckets URL. Okay, so now let's start with setup. Go to AWS and sign in. Uh, 3T HPH. So once you sign in, you can just type here S3 and then it'll pull up the S3 buckets. Just click on that. Alright, so once you come to the Amazon S3 buckets homepage, you should be able to see the create bucket button here. So just click on that one and then let's follow the instructions on the right. So the name of the bucket is gonna be example AWS bucket 1. So we just leave this region, that will work, and then we scroll down all the way to create bucket, and then just click on create bucket. So once we create it, we'll click on example on the name of the bucket, then we'll go to permissions and scroll all the way down to cross origin resource sharing course, and here we're gonna paste the following code. So we'll click on edit and then we'll just copy paste what's here on the right, and then I have copied the code already. Save changes, and then you should see this code here now. Okay, so after we have done that, we can we'll go back again here in the search bar for services, and we'll type AM, which is identity and access management. So click on the left on users, and you should be taken to this page. Then click on add users, and then let's just follow here the instructions on the right. So we'll type the name of the user is gonna be owner, and click on access key, programmatic access. Just check that box. Go to permissions. So here on permissions, you'll click on attach existing policies directly, and here just type S3. Go to S3 full access, check that box, and then click on next tags, and then next review. You don't do that on that page, and then create the user. At this point you would see the access key ID, and you should see like a secret access key as well. So now let's go back to our project, and we're gonna need this. So just don't close the page yet. So go to settings.py, go all the way to the end, and just put like a comment saying all these 3 bucket configurations here. And then we'll use our access key as well here. So for the access key, it's the one that says access key. So just copy and then paste that in the settings.py. And don't forget here the quotation marks. And then the same thing with the secret access key. Let's do that as well. So for the secret access key, you have to click on show, and then you can just copy paste. And don't share that with anyone. For this project, it's just like a demo. I will be deleting this project after it's released, so I don't really care too much about these keys. But you're not supposed to leave them like this on the, just don't show it to anyone, and don't leave it, don't commit it to GitHub or anything like that. And finally, we need the name of the bucket. So after we have all of this information, just double check that everything is correct, and then just save the changes. And we need to install 2 more packages here. So we need to install Django storages and Dev.to. So let's issue the commands to install these packages. Pip install Django storages. Alright, and then the same with the other one, pip install Dev.to. And these packages are we need these so that we can get the Amazon S3 buckets working for us. So after we do that, so it's still installing. So after you have installed those packages, we go to the settings.py file again, and now we'll need to add more configuration here. So first of all, go to installed apps, and then you need to add the storages, which we just installed. So don't forget to add that one, storages. And then save. Go all the way down, and let's add this part here, these lines of code. So this one here is so that if we have 2 files that have the same name, we don't override we don't override them. So AWS will give like a different name to the file that's repeated, but we won't delete any files. So if you want to read more about this configuration here, you can just go to the official documentation, go to Django storages, and then you can read all about it. And then it explains every single thing here, so you can just do this. So just type Django storages and you'll see that. Alright, so now we can go back to AWS and go back to the bucket. So just type S3 again. And if you click on the bucket name, you should see the upload button here. So just click on that one, and we can start uploading our files. So go to media. I have like many images here because I've been uploading and deleting the images, but we'll just use the last 2 that we're using because we just have 1 listing. So once you click the upload button, you should be able to just drag and drop the files here. Since we just have 1 listing, we'll just upload the images for that listing, and after that we don't have to do this again. This is just a one-time thing, and afterwards it's gonna be done automatically as users upload images. So let's just drag these 2 images of the listing that we have on the website. So I have uploaded the files here. Click on upload. You see that the upload succeeded, and here you can read what I was saying. So after we set up the Amazon S3 bucket, the images will upload directly to the bucket. So users will be able to do it automatically. So once they upload a file, an image, that will go to the Amazon S3 bucket. And this is what I was saying before. So we just have to do this process once, and afterwards all the images will go directly to the bucket. Alright, and that's it. Now we can just go back to Bike Finder. Let's just run the server again. And now the files should be served from the Amazon S3 bucket. And here, let's go to listings, and you should be able to see the images. Now let's just inspect element and see if they are being served from Amazon S3 buckets. As you can see, now the source of the images is the bucket that we created, .s3.amazon AWS. So that tells you that now the images are being served from the bucket. If the images are not coming up, because I was having that problem, just give it an hour or maybe 30 minutes and then check again, and they should come up the way it is now here on my screen. So now we have successfully served the images from S3 buckets, and the next and final step will be to deploy the application on Heroku. So this is the quiz. You can see the challenge here, and then the answer sheet, and I'll see you on the last chapter, which involves deploying the app on Heroku. Thank you.